Tottenham's bold retaliation for losing Eberechi Eze, Pep Guardiola's candid admission about his precarious position at Manchester City, Rodrygo's potential exit from Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe's leadership in calming Vinícius Jr., and the unexpected transfer pursuits of Bruno Fernandes and Raheem headline a dramatic market. These moves, alongside Manchester City's chase for Gianluigi Donnarumma, Napoli's interest in Rasmus Højlund, and other high-stakes deals, signal a transformative 2025-26 season driven by ambition, revenge, and player power. Tottenham stung by Arsenal's last-minute hijack of Eberechi Eze, struck back by targeting Leicester City's Bilal El Khanous. A 21-year-old technical midfielder Crystal Palace had nearly secured for $35 million. Palace had agreed on personal terms and were finalizing payment details, but Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy personally intervened, aiming to disrupt Palace's plans as a direct response to losing Eze. El Khanous, known for his vision, ball, control and maturity despite Leicester's struggles, is seen as an ideal creative leader to replace the injured James Maddison. This transfer battle is not just about acquiring a player, but about reclaiming prestige, with Tottenham's deeper financial resources giving them an edge. However, Tottenham faced a setback when Real Madrid blocked their $7 million move for Nico Paz, a 20-year-old Argentine playmaker who impressed at Como in Serie A with a goal and assist against Lazio. Real Madrid, holding a $10 million buyback clause and a 50% sell-on clause, planned to bring Paz back in 2026, leaving Tottenham frustrated. Undeterred, Tottenham pivoted to a high-profile loan deal for Real Madrid's Rodrygo, agreeing to cover his $345,000 per week salary. Rodrygo, a two-time Champions League winner, is no longer in Xabi Alonso's plans, having been overlooked, for players like Franco Mastantuono and Arda Güler. Despite starting against Oviedo, he didn't play against Osasuna, signaling his openness to a move. Tottenham see him as a marquee replacement for Son Heung-min and Maddison, though his final approval for London remains uncertain, potentially making this the summer's most significant loan. Arsenal's acquisition of Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace for $60 million plus $7.5 million in bonuses, totaling $67.5 million, marked a major coup, outbidding Tottenham's verbal agreement. The 27-year-old England international, versatile as a winger, playmaker, or attacking midfielder, signed until 2030 with a $100,000 per week salary, taking the iconic number 10 shirt worn by Mesut Ozil, Robin van Persie, and Dennis Bergkamp. Mikel Arteta, whose transfer spending now at $157 billion, surpasses Pep Guardiola's £73 billion at Manchester City, praised Eze's personality and fit, citing his 11 goals and 6 assists in the 2024-25 season. Eze, a lifelong Arsenal fan inspired by Thierry Henry, called the move a blessing and vowed to leave a mark, with his debut expected against Brighton. Arteta's investment, including Viktor Gyökeres and Oleksandr Zinchenko, has built Arsenal's deepest squad in the Emirates era, positioning them as title contenders. However, Arteta's lone FA Cup contrasts with Guardiola's 11 Premier League trophies, fueling debate about Arsenal's championship prospects. Manchester City are nearing a deal for PSG's Gianluigi Donnarumma for $40 million, down from an initial $50 million demand, with the Italian goalkeeper agreeing to personal terms to work under Guardiola, whom he considers ideal for his career. The transfer depends on Ederson's departure, with Galatasaray's $10 million offer rejected as City hold firm at $35 million for the Brazilian. Donnarumma, sidelined by PSG after Lucas Chevalier's arrival from Lille, bid an emotional farewell to fans, signaling his intent to reclaim his #1 status in the Premier League. City are planning his Etihad presentation, pending Ederson's exit. Pep Guardiola, in a frank interview, admitted his position at Manchester City was at risk after a trophyless 2024-25 season, marked by a Champions League round of 16 exit to Real Madrid and a third-place Premier League finish. "If I didn't have the chairman and sporting directors that I have, I would definitely have been fired," he said, acknowledging with 6 or 7 new signings. City's 2-0 loss to Tottenham in the second round highlighted the urgency, with Guardiola's authority no longer untouchable despite his optimism about the squad's reset. Manchester United's Ruben Amorim is under pressure after a dismal start, earning just 1 point from 2 Premier League matches, a draw with Fulham and a loss to Arsenal. Despite spending over $200 million on players like Benjamin Sesko and Matthias Sule, Amorim's 28 points from 29 matches rival the lows of David Moyes and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He remains focused on a 3-year cycle to win the Premier League, urging small steps and treating each match as a final. United are also pursuing Antwerp's Senne Lammens, a 23-year-old Belgian goalkeeper, for $17.3 million as a long-term investment, though Inter Milan's late interest threatens the deal. Napoli, rocked by Romelu Lukaku's 3-month injury, are negotiating with Manchester United for Rasmus Højlund, who has agreed to a move to revive his career after an inconsistent spell. United are open to a loan with an obligatory purchase or a full sale, while AC Milan's preliminary loan agreement poses competition. Antonio Conte, cautious about Højlund's inconsistency, has Torino's Duvan Zapata as a backup option. Raheem Sterling is close to a $20 million move to Besiktas, with Chelsea ready to offload the winger, who trains separately and is no longer in Mauricio Pochettino's plans. Besiktas, willing to cover a significant portion of Sterling's $300,000 per week salary, aim to make him the face of their season, outpacing Fulham and West Ham to finalize by week's end. Al Ittihad's pursuit of Manchester United's Bruno Fernandes, offering $33 million per year after failed bids from Al Hilal and Al Nassr, remains unresolved. Fernandes, who missed a penalty against Fulham, is open to a move if United decide to cash in, but both sides are deflecting responsibility, creating a standoff. At Real Madrid, Xabi Alonso's decision to bench Vinícius Jr against Oviedo in favor of Rodrygo sparked tension, worsened by Oviedo fans' racist chants and death threats toward Vinícius. His goal celebration, blowing a kiss to the crowd, nearly earned a second yellow card, but Kylian Mbappé intervened, physically silencing him to avoid a red. The viral moment underscored Mbappé's leadership, calming a heated situation as Real Madrid won, though the focus remained on Vinícius's ongoing struggles with hostile crowds. Everton secured Southampton's 19-year-old winger Tyler Dibbling for $42 million plus a future sale percentage, outbidding Crystal Palace, who saw him as Eze's replacement. Signed until 2030, Dibbling's December 2024 goal against Palace positions him as a key part of Sean Dyche's attack. West Ham offered $20 million for Monaco's Sungutu Magasa, a versatile 21-year-old midfielder, to bolster Graham Potter's squad, leading Roma and Nottingham Forest. These deals are a market driven by revenge, ambition, and player agency, with Tottenham's bold moves, Arsenal's title push, and City's strategic signings setting the stage for a thrilling season. Share your thoughts on these blockbuster transfers, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates.